Hello everyone and welcome back to Run It Up. Run It Up number 87. We are here today playing some $1, $2, no limit Texas Hold'em on ultimatepoker.com. And Happy New Year to you, all of you people out there around the world. That's it, 2014. Here we go. First episode of Run It Up in 2014. Gonna start out with a nice little bluff for our very first hand. Our opponent checked back flop and now is betting on turn. I feel like he's probably not too strong here. We can have a lot of hands that are like two pair, stuff like that. And I think if he has only an ace, he's in kind of a weird situation here. So, all right, starting off the year right. That's how we like to do it here, folks. So, yeah, I don't think there's much else to say. We've now been joined by Control-Alt-Delete, whom we have not seen in some time. Person who plays a bunch of tables, pretty aggressive, as I recall. Don't think there's much else to say besides that. Gonna call, but I think it's fine. Could also raise, but you guys know at this point. I like the call. Let's friendly poker. Well, I'll just click the call button. Interesting flop here. I suppose we could bet for straight up value. I mean, we have the best hand here very often with our queen jack. I guess we could also like check call and, but I think betting is just fine. So yeah, I guess we'll see if we can run it up today. I haven't updated the board from yesterday because I lost less than $1. So I'm aware I lost 99 cents yesterday. So whatever we win or lose today, I will adjust by that 99 cents. And yeah, so we're going to start here with a bet with our second pair. If our opponent continues, I guess we have some decisions to make. Would imagine if our opponent calls, I think we win the pot. Interesting. I can't fold. I have a middle pair and a 3 straight. Let's get out of here. So folding is out of the window. Out the dang window with folding. Let's call. See a turn card. Dealer. Not the low card I wanted to see per, but it's a interesting turn card because there's not really a ton of hands that make a lot of sense here for our opponent, right? What does he have? He has to have 7, 8, or he has club draws, or flush draw, or straight draws. But wouldn't make a lot of sense for him to flat call pre against the min raise, then have like ace queen here or something like that, right? And it would be kind of an overplay for him to have like ace 3 and play this way. So let's see. He could definitely have an ace and just be playing aggressively, and this can be like just a thing he does with his style, because I don't know this guy at all, right? So it's possible this guy has an ace and is playing it this way. But I think our hand is all right here. So, because we don't know our opponent at all, it's very possible this guy just always has it. But it's against the guy we don't know getting the price we're getting. I can't fold here. I can't. I mean, he probably has his beat, but I don't think he has his beat often enough. That's right. Get out of here trying to bluff us with the old queen jack puppy dog feet. That's right. Sorry, that was a very weak pink bell. That was very weak pink bell. I was, more confused, I guess, than anything. But yeah, I mean, I think his play is okay, except for the fact that it just doesn't make, like, once we call flop and turn, like, I don't think we fold river too often, given how their board ran out, right? Like, if we're calling with an 8, clearly we're calling with all of our aces, of which we have a lot. We have a lot of aces. I mean, I don't think there's too many hands that we have that play that way. Also, if we have 10-9, he actually beats 10-9. If we have any other straight draw, he actually beats all of those. So he could arguably check, and it goes check, check, and he actually wins sometimes, right? And when he bets, the only hands he gets to fold that are better than his are if we have, like, king 4 of clubs or something, right? And that's a pretty narrow little, torpedo hit. All right. If I'm gonna be honest about what I was thinking for there, I was trying to think of the Death Star exhaust port. I can't think of the name of what it is, but that's what I felt like he was trying to hit. But my Star Wars credentials are not what they used to be. I'm bricking on the name of the Death Star's weakness, but I'm sure you all will have corrected me. I don't know. I feel like exhaust port is very close to what it is. Anyway, regardless of all of that, I don't think that there is a very big window of hands he gets to fold. Actually, what a cool thing would be there as him if he did fear that we had like a pocket pair or something like that, or just like better clubs. Like, here's the thing. Let's pretend that our opponent has Let's pretend that our opponent has, that's right, late night poker lab in daytime. Let's pretend that our opponent has the nut low club draw. Whatever the low, I think there was a pair, there was a low card on board, so I'm not sure what the lowest flush draw available was. It didn't make a pair. But let's say he had 3-4 of clubs or deuce 4 of clubs or whatever the no pair was. If he has that hand, then I actually don't mind a bet, but I would bet very small. You bet like 28, 22, 18, whatever it is, because all you're trying to do is get him to fold no pairs, which he should do to almost any bet. You're not trying to get him to fold a pair, so it doesn't make a difference betting 50 or betting 30 because those pairs don't fold either way. We limp called here pre-flop with ace-8. I actually think it went check, or limp check pre, and then we just check called, and now here we are on the river. If our opponent bet, I would have been inclined to fold. Oh, look at him. Lucky fucker over there. Just drilled the old 3-ball to win that one there. But I think we played our hand very well. That's actually perfect poker. We put all the money in when we were ahead, $0 when we were behind. What more can you do? You can't do very much. You know, that's poker for you right there. So yeah, I think if you think about that club hand, I think that there's a tactic that I think there is a bet that makes some sense, but that's right, XD. That's right. I give him the old equal capital P. It's the face. I'm gonna have to look at that one later for analysis. I'm not sure what that one looks like, but that's what I'm doing to him. I'm giving him the equal face P. That's what it is. That's how you respond to XD. You know, if you're ever in chat with a suspected run-up warrior and you type XD, the way that they know is you do equal face P, and then that's it. It's the secret signal of run-up smiley faces. Apparently, that's what we're going with here. So yeah, it's New Year's Eve for me right now, but ain't no rest for the weary over here. So basically a normal work day, minus the fact that I took a 2-hour nap in the middle of the day, which doesn't always happen, admittedly. But yeah, pretty much just a normal work day over here. Stop trying to cage you. You got yourself in the cage, sir. You had the 7-3 offsuit. You had to escape the cage. Otherwise your money was coming over here, which would be more than welcome to hang out if it wanted to. Back to the call in the small blind game, I suppose. Let's see a flop dealer. If our opponent raises, I would call because, you know, I don't like folding. How's that for logic? Flop the 3 straight flush. That's kind of cool. And the 10 high. Could actually just have the best hand. Let's see what happens on the turn card, though. So, my guess is that our opponent is weighed towards hands that don't have pairs. More so than hands that do have pairs, so I think I just bet. I think he'll fold king highs. Don't think he has too many ace highs. He'd probably raise those pre-flop. If he has 7s, he never folds 7s. And he could just be calling down fairly light. Oh yeah, 5 is a great card for us. So the question is he going to call with worse if we bet? But I fear like he might not, because I fear like he might not have enough ace highs to call here. So I guess I'd check and then maybe fold if he bets. God, that seems so weak. How do we check and fold? That doesn't seem like the right thing. But that being said, I mean, like, how do we not have the worst hand here? How does he have air? Well, he just has air twice and just calls. He could have spades. We're getting 3-1, and we very rarely have 2 pair here. So I feel like we should just give him $10 if he has us beat. Oh yeah, I was like, oh, king 4, I can beat that. I forgot that there's a couple of 4s out there as well. So yeah, I suppose that makes sense. And to some degree, we got kind of unlucky there because any other river card we would have just check folded. But you know, it happens. Whatever, it happens. Happy New Year. Enjoy your $10. Whatever, you know, enjoy it. 7 deuce nuts. He's got to be at least a little run-up warrior if he knows these faces and such. So whatever, enjoy it. Buy yourself something nice with your sweet $10. I think I'm gonna raise to 5 here. I think I've been raising to 4, but I feel like 5 is fine. 6 is probably fine. We're all pretty deep. I don't see any reason to make it 4. I think 5 is more than fine. They all agree. Thank you for your $3. That was a little violent. That was a little aggressive there. Jay Carver's New Year's Eve collections is a little brutal, I guess. All right. It is what it is. Hey. 7-9 offsuit here in the big blind. Certainly staying a flop, even against the angelic Control-Alt-Delete. Let's see 3 dealer. Well, we've made it to 3 straight and 3 flush. I guess there's that. I'm anticipating that we'll probably end up just folding to Control-Alt-Delete. There are some people that we could maybe fight back on, either through check raising or check calling, but I don't know if Control-Alt-Delete is a good candidate for that, just because he is kind of aggressive, and I remember him being kind of sticky. So I feel like against every other one of these opponents, check raising I actually like a little bit more. Oh, they really want me to do it. Oh, it's right out there. The cupcake is in the trap. They really want me to do it. I just can't. I can't. I'm not gonna. But I really want to really badly because, you know, what are they doing? He's probably got nothing. He's just calling. What does he have? He has 4s? I can beat 2 4s with 7-9 offsuit on this board any day of the week. Get out of here. You know, what does he have? Ace Jack? I can beat Ace Jack also. There's nothing. He so rarely has a hand that is really strong once he just calls there. He has to have an 8, and it's very tricky to have an 8. It's relatively hard to have 8s there. So I think that we had an opportunity there to give him all the business and just smash the hammer down. But, you know, it doesn't always work. Once in a while, Control-Alt-Delete will actually have some hand. Oh, yeah, the guy's posting and trying to be all quick raise as though we won't notice. But we noticed, and it doesn't matter anyway because we have ace and king. Could make it 19, could make it 20, could make it 21. What should we make it? Let's make it 19. Sure, whatever. I think given that he's more likely to be weak than strong, I'd rather make it a little bit smaller to potentially encourage him to either stick around or re-raise. Oh, yeah. Quick re-raise. I'm all in. Run the cards, dealer. Oh, yeah. Fair fight for a post. Gonna need some help here. That's not gonna do it. Gonna need the ace or the king. Oh! Perfect Bink Bell. Perfect Bink Bell. Perfect execution. That's right. Bink! Bink! Says 7 deuce nuts. That's right. Sorry, bro. Unlucky. Oh, what an asshole. I mean, that's an internet thing. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, obviously the hand's totally fine. Nothing worth really discussing there. And now I'm trying to steal with 9-4 offset on the button because I am out of my mind a little bit. I think this is too loose, even for us. You know, against 2 guys who are, one of whom watches the videos and knows how loose we are, and then the other one is Control-Alt-Delete, who is pretty good. I think this was an ambitious open and probably a little $4 donation that we will not be seeing back. Ooh, raise, re-raise, end call. Pretty good flop for us, actually, with our 9-4 offsuit, but I guess that is neither here nor there. So yeah, let's read some Dear J Carvers. I have a nice little pile here. If you've got a question for me, dearjcarver@gmail.com, and you might see your question here on Run It Up. Anything you want to ask me, I'll at least read it, if not read it on the show. And you never know, maybe you could be the next internet celebrity that you've always wanted to be. It's possible. It is possible. I guess we'll just fold here, even though we do have a better hand than 9-4 offsuit. That is true. British Run It Up fan asking a question for the British Run It Up fans. All right, seems fair enough. Dear J. Carver, you have mentioned doing something special for the British fans amongst the Run It Up Legion. Yes, I have. Any hints as to what it might be? Love from England. Will McKeag. Thanks, Will. P.S. Ask Max if he likes the nickname Hitman Silver. Is that my nickname or his nickname or your nickname? I don't know. I don't know. I think he would love that nickname, though, is my guess. Carver, you work for Station Casino or something? Oh, yeah. Yep, that's what I do. I work, yep. What do I say to this guy? Oh, yeah. No, oh, yeah is too condescending, right? It's not very pro-y. What should I say to this guy? I don't want to be XD. No, XD is not the right answer either. I could just say no, which is a very boring answer though. All right. How about we all work for Uncle Lorenzo one way or another. Let's go with that. Who would have thought that was coming? Right? It's true. Uncle Lorenzo supports all of us. It is what it is. I call here because I have a pair. What am I supposed to do? I have a pair and a 3 straight king high overcard. You know, it all kind of comes together, and I felt like we should call. If our opponent bets twice here, I think our hand is bad enough that I would just fold. We have a pretty loosey-goosey call here. If our opponent checked back, I would feel okay about our chances, but I actually think in this case we probably just fold. We could have the best hand as possible, but, you know, nonetheless. So yeah, I have things in mind for the UK Run Up Warriors. There is not necessarily a thing that's going to happen in the immediate, like within the month specifically. There actually will be a couple cool things that will be going on, but specific to the UK Run Up Legion, Samurai Warriors over there. You know, I've said it before, but I think it's still true. If you take all of the US and divide it into states, the UK is the number one most viewed, most viewership-laden location on the planet. It's true. More people watch from the UK than anywhere else if you divide it into states, which I think is actually kind of surprising when I first saw that, because you think like California would beat it, but I guess given that you guys have online poker over there, what a treat that must be. So I could try to bluff this here. I could do something like that. Actually, I was not doing that, but I guess we just give up. I actually beat some hands, 3-5, 5-7, and 7-8, and 5-8, and other such things. I actually, okay, well, I actually am not folding to this. I'm just letting you guys know right now. I'm not folding to this, because what does he have? He has a 6, he has an ace and just checks pre? I don't buy it, not for a second. He could definitely have his beat, but, you know. Oh my god. Lol, look at that. Alright, hey, we were right. He didn't have anything. He should have just check raised. And didn't work out well for us. Hey, I didn't believe him. And, you know, we were just pip up too low. If only we had king 3 instead of jack 3. Bad coin flip for us. I didn't think you had it, kid. What can I say? You know, it is what it is. But yeah, there is actually at least one cool thing happening for specifically the run-up Warriors in the UK in the next few months. But, you know, you'll have to stay tuned and find out, I suppose. So yeah, I actually feel like if that's true, that's pretty sick. If he knew Queen High was good. But I think he's probably just trying to bluff us there and we somehow called with worse. Because a lot of the hands he shows up with there are like 5-7. He has a lot of straight draws that whiffed. And also we're getting such a good price. It just doesn't, you know, he has aces there so rarely that, and it wouldn't make a lot of sense to bet a 6. Although, you know, yeah, it wouldn't, I wouldn't suspect that he would bet a 6 there. So I thought we could call with Jack High profitably. And I actually feel fine about it despite losing the pot because he did have nothing. He just happened to have slightly better nothing than us, which is why you should raise in those spots when you can, because that's, you know, when you know you're almost for sure going to win if you call. When you raise, you definitely win. You knock out his nonsense. So 1650, I'll give you a break, kid. Happy New Year. 50 cents break. Let's see if we can do some work here with ace and the king. Could make it, yeah, 16 is fine. Could have made it like 14, I guess, but I feel like we haven't really established some sort of like pre-flop sizing, and we're pretty deep, actually. So I think 16 is probably fine. All right, I'll take your 750. All right. Next email. Dear Jay Carver. Whatever, the subject is, whatever, Jay Carver, I don't need a subject. You're not my dad. Dear Jay Carver, it's not a poker question. It's not a lame question. Movies. Are you a fan of any genres? Directors you like? Do you have one movie you love? Like Joey with his Die Hard. Random friends reference there. Keep running it up. Dale D. Thanks for your question, Dale D. I don't really feel like I have any movies that I'm particularly fond of. In terms of like, you know, I enjoy movies when I see them, but I don't see movies particularly often. I like movies like I had just said yesterday's video. I saw Cloud Atlas, which I really liked, and I thought that was amazing. I love movies like that. I like the explorative sort of mind-twisting, sort of perspective-altering sorts of movies. The movie I saw before Cloud Atlas, I actually had seen a good number of movies in the last month for some reason, but typically that's not usually the case. But I also saw the movie with Robert De Niro and Dakota Fanning. I saw that movie, which I didn't really like. Surprise, I didn't like that movie. But no, I don't really have a genre that I particularly love. Like my favorite when I was a kid, Star Wars was my favorite when I was like super young. But I've always been a big fan of like the gladiator types, you know. I like that kind of movie, but I don't have any like great answers for you. Quentin Tarantino's stuff is amazing. I think he's a brilliant genius artist. Martin Scorsese obviously is also really amazing. All of them. Dear Jay Carver, do you know anyone in your personal life that owns a private jet? Yep, Uncle Lorenzo. That's true. Uncle Lorenzo. That's right. It's the objective of mine to be able to refer to Uncle Lorenzo as Uncle Lorenzo and not have him hate me or, you know, secretly want to have me removed from his presence. So actually, it's a funny story because when I was first building the set here, I had the idea of getting like, you know, like Obama has in like the post offices, and when you go to like embassies or whatever, there's like a picture of Obama that's like very like regal they have on the wall. Well, I thought about finding a similar picture of Lorenzo and putting that on my wall and then referencing it as like Uncle Lorenzo and stuff like that from time to time. And then I asked I asked the people at Ultimate Poker about that, and they were like, you probably shouldn't do that. And I was like, oh, okay. But then when I met Lorenzo, I told him the story and he laughed, but not in a way that made me seem like he would be okay with it. He was like laughing as though it was funny, understood why I didn't do it, but then he was just like, yeah. So I'm glad I didn't do it because I don't think he would have liked it. But maybe, who knows? It's possible. Maybe next year. I would love to get Lorenzo on Run It Up. How great would that be? Lorenzo Fertitta, amazing. I actually feel like that's a very low percent chance to happen, but maybe. You never know. 2014, the land of opportunity. Who knows what might befall us in the year of 2014. Dear Jay Carver, one short question. Actually, you didn't even write Dear Jay Carver. Or you did in your subject. Okay, I forgive you. Would you ever consider playing the $1 million buy-in one drop next summer? Love your vids. Keep up the good work. Raise that King Jack of Hearts. Yes, that's right. And what is the likelihood of Ultimate Poker coming to Arkansas in 2014? I would say very unlikely. I'm afraid. Please contact your legislators if you want that to be a thing that might happen. I wouldn't love your chances, though, but I would love for it to happen, and it should, obviously. You know, we're America. We should be able to play poker on the internet. Let's be real, people. And would I ever consider it? Not only would I consider it, but I would love to play. I think I'm like 30% to play this year. Just about. So we could re-raise here against Control Alt-Delete, but I'm fine just calling. Let's see a turn card dealer. It's not necessarily the best of the turn cards for us. And he checks. That is interesting. So if we bet, will he fold better hands than ours? I think it's possible, but he might also check raise all in, which would kind of suck. I guess we actually just will check here, as weird as that is. Could also bet very small and then call if he raises. All right, let's just check. Bink! That would be a good card for us, given that we have the nuts. And our opponent is, nice enough to bet. All right, let's see how much money we can get out of our old friend Control Toledo over there. So, I don't really think there are too many chances he will re-raise us, right? So we have to pick a number that he's going to either just call with a hand that's like ace-10, ace-8, somewhere in that range. 88, I think, seems like the number. I think he folds here a lot, though, like a lot. There's not really too many hands he can have here that will play this way and then call at this point. Like, what does he have? Ace-Queen? Should have re-raised more likely than not. Ace-10? Is that really going to check raise? I'll probably just check call. So I think there are a lot of the times he's going to just bet fold there. Maybe I could have made it a little bit smaller, 81, 82. I might have got a little bit greedy there, but I actually just don't think there's too much he can do there in that situation. I just don't think that there's just not enough hands he can play that way that will check raise, call pre, check raise flop, check turn, and then now want to bet call river. You know what I mean? There's just not a lot of hands that fit in that barrel roll. That's right. Some New Year's barrel rolls. Burl rolls. All right. Oh, boy. Okay. I'm going to take on this challenge of an email. I usually tell you guys I don't read long emails, and this is the longest email I might have ever received in my life. But you go to school in my home state, so okay. This is the block of text email that not block of text. There are several blocks, but all right. Let's see what we can find here. Question was, I'm not reading every word you said though. Sorry. Thank you. Some nice words. Thank you. Oh, If you can, answer as many or as few as you'd like. Well, thank you. I'm aware that Runitup lacks serious legal advice, so if you don't want to answer any of these questions, especially number 2, what's number 2? Feel free to skip them. All right. Okay. Boy, these are a lot of words. I've realized now why I skip a lot, because I can't do it on the show. I can't translate all the words into entertaining thoughts, So you're going to turn 21 in November, which, November of last year, I guess. Or of next year, I guess, because this email came only a week ago. Devote time playing online or save for a while and play live? Okay, that's a good question. So if you're at a point where you're like, should you play live or online? I think it's up to you. I think it depends if you have a casino nearby you and you do it with Turning Stone. So I feel like you could play live. It depends what you like, what you enjoy. Like, I think that if you want to practice and get better at poker, you have to play online. It's very hard to do that live because not only is it hard to play as many hands as you can play online, but also like sharing hands, you try to retell hands live that you played and you're like, well, I was under the gun. No, I was I was on button, and I raised. I called, and like I found that happens so much with new players, and it's really hard to get advice when you don't know what happened, and you can't really construct, any history or anything like that. Whereas online, I can say, all right, show me the whole hands, show me every hand you played this session, so I can kind of put together what you're doing wrong here and what you missed. Live, you can't do any of that, right? So I think that it's important that you play some online to practice and grow and use that as like your training ludus. That's right. Your training gym, sort of, even if you don't play for like profit purposes, But it's up to you. Whatever you like doing. Play live, play online, whatever you want to do. Do you have any comments regarding players that spend too much time on the party side of the poker lifestyle? P.S. This isn't part of the question, but you're definitely in my top 3 celebrity smoke wish list, along with Mark Cuban and Leonardo DiCaprio. That's a pretty sick trio. I would take either of those guys as well. That would be great. I'd love to hang out with those guys no matter what we were doing. That sounds like a great little hangout. I guess I call here against the limp. We have ace-8 offsuit. How do we fold in position against the guy doing the raising? I don't think we can fold that hand. It's too good. So I feel like the players that spend too much time partying are obviously giving up something. How much they're giving up and all of that is a question that is dependent on the player and how they handle their life and everything. But bet. I feel like you might be able to get better hands to fold. This guy's going to fold so often, and I think if Fire Lorne just has like 2 7s, he'll just fold. And we could just have the best hand as well. That is also possible, although not hugely likely. So yeah, I think that it depends. If you're playing poker for the fun and the life experiences and to go do whatever you want to do, then yeah, sure, do whatever you want to do. Make money, go party, spend it, do whatever, live life, do whatever you want to do. But if you're trying to play poker as a profession, or, it's the night before a tournament or something, and you're out there getting crunk, all right, I think that's not the best idea if you're for value, and I don't think that's particularly groundbreaking to say so. I particularly have not really been a fan of any of those things because I don't really drink, and I've been to 2 clubs in my life, both with Jason Mercier, and it's fine. That's just not for me. I'd prefer the library, if we're being perfectly honest. Like, if there was like a really hip library, though, I'd be all about that. That sounds great. Oh, so close to the old bink ball, but nope. Could have also check raised as well. Obviously, could have been fine. Might have even been better because we're certainly going to get better than 7 high to fold. Sometimes, at least, although probably not super often. I was a little concerned about Yum, and I thought maybe that he would be too sticky for us to get away with that profitably, and as such, just thought we would give it the old college try to whack the old 5-ball out there, but didn't happen at the time. Will we ever see a poker boom again like the Moneymaker era? I think it's actually very possible. I think the best days of online poker in America are still to come. And poker itself in America, I think, is still to come. I think, let's see the cards, boys. King 10, not the best hand, I'm afraid. I liked our 5 chances, though. 5 would have been sweet. But, it's tough to say because America is a weird place, and the politics in America don't always make sense, and the people who make the decisions don't always make logical decisions, and I could re-raise or call, but I feel like we've been re-raising this guy. We re-raised him. I feel like we might get a lot of pressure in return. I guess we just fold. So yeah, I think that it's at least possible that the best days of online poker are still yet to come in America. I think it's a thing that we have to all kind of work for and strive towards, but it's very frustrating because there's not really a good way to how really, obviously if you're watching this video, you're obviously a big fan of online poker, you love poker, I would assume, or you're just like guys that make voices and wear hats, I guess. So it could be that too. But if you're here hanging out because you like poker, it's very frustrating because there's not really a great avenue for you to put effort into that you will see like a direct correlation with results. There's really the American political system is a little silly in that regard that online poker, I'm sure, is generally favored to be had across the scope of America, yet it doesn't happen because of political interests and whatnot. But I hope so. I think I can see it. If the right people make the right decisions and the right people that were there and have left, and I can see it becoming a way where the regulated environment, people can advertise. Think about how much money would get spent. Oh my God, it would be so much money. I know how much all I know is if there is a regulated online poker market that was relatively open and accessible to the world's industries, my God, how much money there would be spent. You don't even know. It would be crazy. And with that kind of marketing dollars behind the industry and the support and regulation of the American government behind it, boy, it would be some good times. That's all I know. So I made a little bit of a bet here with my ace and jack. Pretty good turn card for us. Don't think there are too many better ones than that. I'm going to bet twice for value and protection. If control delete raises, though, I'm probably just going to fold, to be honest, because, I would be a little concerned. But I think we have to bet at least once here. Control delete folding makes us not fold this hand, that's for sure. All right, got it done. Add to the profit pile. Do you think new players that are learning the game now and playing against the... All right, let's just call. All right, let's not just call. I lost my mind there for a second. What can I say? Do you think new players are learning the game now and playing against the super tough regs will eventually lead to better players all around? Or will it ultimately kill the game as new players won't be able to move up in limits? Well, the games are definitely tougher now, right? I mean, look what we're fucking doing. I'm playing a 1-2 game right now. This might be the highest game running in Ultimate Poker at the moment. I mean, it probably is. There is a 2-4 game running, but that's limit. So, no, this is the highest game running right now, and... it's obviously it's much tougher. So if you're thriving in this environment, or even just surviving in this environment, you will crush it in a regulated, marketed environment. You'll destroy it for sure. Guys like Control Alt Delete, oh my God, they'll make $100K a year easily with a full suite of online poker, full powered federal marketing. You know what I mean? Those guys will crush it for sure. And, it's obviously much tougher now than it was back then for Americans. But if it's a global market, then I think it'll be fine. But I wouldn't be surprised that a lot of these guys that make it through are going to be, the games are definitely getting tougher. They're going to continue to get tougher. And I don't think that in America they're going to get much softer until things really start to change. That's a pretty good turn card for us, for it was a kind of a loose peel on the flop. Could actually just bet out on turn. This guy's been kind of weak passive, so against a guy like that, I'd be more inclined to bet on turn, because I think he checks back here too often. Like that. Hey, we almost have a straight. Let's bet $6. I feel like he never raises. He almost always calls or folds. If he does raise, I don't know what I would do. I would be upset about it, I guess. So yeah, it's tough to say exactly, and again, it's not a thing I feel like I'm super good at explaining or understanding, or even, I've learned a lot about the industry, how poker works as an industry, by joining up with Ultimate Poker, and I've got to see a lot of different things from the operator standpoint that I never understood as a player, in terms of player economy and how the money flows, and I've really got a chance to learn a lot about how the game is run from an operator's point of view. And I really thought I knew everything. Not everything, but I really felt like I pretty much got it when I was a player. And I was wrong about so many different things. And you don't really know until you really can get in the trenches and really try to like run an online poker site. And then you're like, oh my God, there's a lot of moving parts and things that are not necessarily the most straightforward. So ultimately, it's tough for me to say exactly and predict, but I think that I don't think it'll kill the game, that's for sure. And it definitely won't kill poker, even if it does kill Hold'em or make Hold'em really tough. All right. So, by the way, your second question was about the partying stuff, which I still answered, no problem. And your last question here is, if I final table the main event when I'm 21, will you come out of coaching retirement to help me become the youngest main event champion? I would love to, and I won't even charge you that much. I'm sorry, I have to charge you a little. It's a lot. If I was going to do what I did with Russ to you, that's a lot. That's a lot of time. Oh, we win. Queen high. Get out of here. I was considering calling anyway. I wasn't going to necessarily go anywhere. I would have considered it. I don't think I would have necessarily, depending on what he bet. But so yeah, I would love to coach you, and it's not like I'm even in coaching retirement. I'm just in like coaching retirement, as in like, you know, if you guys were gonna offer me like $500 to look at a hand history for an hour or whatever, it's not for me these days. I'd be stealing your money, because you could get someone who is way better than, at least not way better than me, but maybe you can get someone who's like comparatively almost as good as me for $100 an hour, who would actually like care and pay attention and has like lesson plans. I would just look at it and be like, listen, this is really bad, bitch. I'm just saying, I don't think I would be the best coach these days, but I would love to do some another main event final table preparation, because that was a lot of fun last year. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I would definitely do that again. All right. I'll happily do this one. Dear Jay Carver, I saw a run-up video in where you tried to speak German. Yes. I came to the idea to let you try some Dutch sentences. I actually know some Dutch curse words, as it were, so I feel like I have a slight bit of an edge. But, you know, I'll play along with your little game. So let's see how this goes. All right. So the first line you have for me here is, hello, my name is Jay Carver, and I only eat turkey sandwiches, which is not really true. Turkey burgers, perhaps. But yeah, maybe there's no burgers in Dutch. Who knows? Hello. That's a hard. M-I-J-N? How do you say that? That's not an English thing. Naam is Jay Carver in ik het alleen maar kalkoen bridges. How'd that work out? I think that was kind of tough. You say, all right, let's try one more for the fans. All right, one more for the fans. Let's do it. Jay Carver had so many cats to put into cages. Oh my God, these are some lots of J's you have snuck in these words. He had to buy his own zoo. Oh my God. All right, let's see how we do this here. Jay Carver had zoveel katten in Koeien gestapt dat his zijn eigen derunten moest einschaffen. Yes. That was fun. I enjoy that stuff, you know? I would love to learn. Actually, if I had to pick one language that I could snap my fingers and learn these days, it would be Portuguese. How could it not be? I need to know Portuguese, I think, if I'm going to be a UFC fan in these days and age, right? I'm going to bet and then I guess fold if Crud shoves or does anything aggressive. I mean, obviously it's not a great flop for us, but we bet he folds like ace-queen, ace-jack, stuff like that. I think in this particular case, I think we just fold. Could also just check fold, I guess, but that seems so weak, and I think he'll fold enough hands that are just like, you know, things that called, and then we'll just fold. So I think we have to at least start with a bet there. All right. I guess we will min-raise this here. I'm probably going to have to end this video a little bit earlier than normal, but, you know, slightly. Don't worry. Don't be too sad. It happens, all right? It's only going to be a 45-minute video. No, Jay Carver, no! All right. Don't be such a little whiny bitch. If someone was really crying, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you, but, you know, you got to grow up a little bit. You got to leave the nest sooner or later. Very happily gonna bet here against control delete unless the river card is something super scary, like the queen of clubs or something like that. I guess would probably be scary. I guess the king would be scary as well, but he just decides to say fold. Oh. Didn't we have a question yesterday from the oldest fan? Someone else who's claiming to be an old fan. No. You're an experienced, you're a vintage fan. Classic fan. Dear Jay Carver, love all your videos and had been your fan since the beginning of Run It Up and watch all of your eating cakes as well. That's how you know the true fans, when you can get through those videos. It's very different. I'm a different person back then. What can I say? Thanks and keep up the good work. You always say you love the short game versus full ring game. Can you please let us know why? Well, the reason why is because you can do so many more creative things short-handed than you can do full ring. Just because the average hand strength goes down as number of players goes down, right? The less players, the better, weaker hands win the pots, right? And you can do more things. You can get into weird street fights and dynamics and stuff where you just can't do that in full ring games. So I'm going to bet here against CAD. I think I'm going to bet a little bit on the bigger side because I think against this guy he's very just going to call. So, okay, there's that. Six of Hearts is kind of a sad river card, but I'm not going to not bet now. He could definitely have us beat, but I think he has queens here more often than anything else, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable with betting here. We also have the Ace of Hearts, so it's a little bit less likely that he has a flush. Slightly less likely. By the way, I will hit the half-century mark in a few months, and I think I am maybe one of the oldest fans. I will think that way until someone proves I am wrong. Yep, well, you can't be the oldest, because I know there's at least 2 that are older than 50, so. Anyway, thanks for your email, sir. Hello. All right. Oh, boy. Another long email. All right. I will read them. I always read the emails later, but I can't read them now. This is not time. There's no time for that. This is, Oh, hello. Interesting email about the Run It Up Apprentice that we talked about. I am going to do this at some point in January. I'm going to begin this series. I was actually going to do it today, but I didn't want to go dig through the emails to find a thing. But I'm going to start reviewing some of your guys' hand histories as like a series in January. We're going to be doing this thing called Run It Up Apprentice, where I'll take one of your hand histories for the day and make it into a video. I'll give you my thoughts. I won't berate you too badly. I'll give you a little bit of needles, of course, but it'll be friendly needles. And yeah, so I am doing it by this way. I think actually what I'm going to do is from time to time I'm going to pick a region. I'll say, okay, it'll be this place, apprentice from the UK or from France or Belarus, whatever. We can definitely pick that way, but I also think that I'm going to generally lean towards picking people that are playing. If you send me a video of you playing on Ultimate Poker, you're going to get priority advantage given. Not saying you have to, just saying that those who send me a video of you playing on Ultimate Poker, that's the easiest thing for me to do videos on, right? I can just literally just fire it up and just comment over it, so. But if not that, then don't send me a video because I'll put it in a replayer. So just send me the raw hand histories if you're not in Nevada or Jersey. Gonna bet here for a straight up value with our queens and jacks with an 8 kicker. Our opponent calls, which is slightly perplexing. Okay, so is there value if we bet? What can you call with its worse? He can have 8s or ace highs, or I think we have to bet. How do we not? I mean, we have queens and jacks with an 8 kicker. I have queens and jacks with an 8 kicker. Okay, so do you. That seems like a very fair resolution. Everyone wins, except for either of us, because we're chopping up and the rake takes some money. All right, so yeah. So as far as the Run Apprentice goes, there'll be more details. I'll tell you guys when to begin, but you can start sending me emails. DearJCarver@gmail.com. Subject, Run It Up Apprentice. You can also just write RIU Apprentice. If you write RUI, I won't be able to find it. So just don't forget, it's not ruin, it's Run It Up. Okay? No RUI. All right. So I like your email here. Dear Jay Carver, I promise that I won't bring the brooms to life and flood the Run-Up studios if I'm selected as the Run-Up Apprentice. I'm just a 6th grade math teacher in New Jersey, and I'd like to rely on online poker to produce some extra income during breaks from school and summer vacation. Having your insight about one of my sessions would go a long way in making this a reality. Also, I won't cry if you criticize my plays. My dad criticizes my poker plays all the time. He silently rails me without my knowledge, and then emails me things like, "Why did you bet if he had a straight?" ... And that does make me cry. And you're not my dad, so everything is going to be okay. Whether you choose me or not, I still enjoy your Run-Up videos and look forward to your content in the future. Reese's Pieces, Jason. And he's named Jason. How do you beat that? I would love to review one of your sessions, sir. Just make a video of you playing, and I'll do the rest from there. And you can just email to me, dearjcarver@gmail.com, and I will definitely pick you, sir. You'll be a good person to have as an apprentice eventually. I think you're a perfect candidate. Loved your email. Thank you, sir. Greetings from Brazil. That's it. See, this is why I need to learn Portuguese. We could be talking in Portuguese right now, and but unfortunately my Portuguese pretty much ends with vamos, and I could do my best attempt at the "you're gonna die" chant as well. That's my exposure to Portuguese. I'm sorry, but I feel like I can listen to Anderson Silva talking Portuguese, and I feel like I can get most of it because I did take Spanish for like a year and a half, so I can kind of sort of put that together and kind of hear there are obviously some similarities like pregunta. I feel like I can flop my way through at least semi-understanding the Portuguese version of what he is saying. But anyway, dear Jay Carver, are poker players honest in general? I would say the answer to that is yes. Do you have a bad story from poker players owing you stuff, etc.? Keep up the amazingness. Greetings from Brazil. Thank you, Brazil. And I would say to you the answer is yes, they are generally honest, but I have plenty of bad stories of people who have scummed either me or somebody I knew, or you hear plenty of stories of people who aren't trustworthy and do things that are bad and shisty. But, that's usually the exception, not the rule. There are lots of poker players who have trusted, I've been around poker players who have trusted me or other people with incredible amounts of money or responsibility, and no handshake, or nothing but a handshake, if even that, as bond for what you're saying. So I think the true elite poker players, Jason Mercier is a good example of this, because Jason Mercier is someone who I am very good friends with, but we're not super close, but I'm very good friends with him. But I would trust him with anything. I would trust him if I had to make him wake up 6 a.m. 5 days in the week, that would be bad. But in terms of hey, hold on to this for me, he is great, and I think there's a lot of poker players that I would trust with my entire net worth and never doubt about it. I'd be 100%. It's fine. I guess we'll check call and probably play one more lap before wrapping it up. The video did end up being just as long as normal. You fuckers. You fuckers. All right, let's check end call. Let's see a turn card dealer. It's kind of a pretty turn card for us. Got some outs now if we are behind, and if we're ahead, he's in some trouble. Check and check. Okay, so if we bet, will he fold better hands than ours? I think it's possible. I think it's possible he could fold better hands than ours, but I actually think we should just check and fold, I guess, if he had bet. Ace and 9. I don't... maybe Ace 9 would have folded. I think Ace 9 specifically might have folded, but I don't mind how he played our hand, or how he played his hand, for that matter. I think that was a relatively normally played hand, all and all. All right. All right. All right. I think I'm done with their J Carvers for now. I'm just done. I don't know what to say. They were great. We had some laughs. I tried to speak some Dutch. It worked out pretty well, all in all. I feel like it was a good day for Dear J Carver emails. Let's play another 4 hands of online poker here, and then we'll call it a video. We've ran it up as of right now. If we can hold on to our profits and not double up anybody in the meantime, I think we can maybe just wrap this video up as a winner. That would be sweet. Actually, if we quit right now, we'd actually be up to over $2,000. It would be a great way to start off the new year. $2,000. Wouldn't that be sweet? Let's see if we can do it and not punt it off in the meantime. 3-bet, 4-bet, fold, aggressive poker. Very, like this is what I kind of mean about before when I was saying the games have gotten tougher. Because 5 years ago, you would never see that. There would be like aces and kings. There would never happen that way with like just, potentially non-premium hands. But these days, at a 1-2 game, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough to play 1-2. I mean, I don't know, obviously, how the games are overseas, but 1-2 is not an easy thing to crush and win money at. That's right. That's true. So yeah, the plan for the rest of this week, today is Wednesday, or it is for you guys. So today is Wednesday, and then there will be 2 more videos this week, Thursday and Friday. I really, really, really want to make a magic video, and I've been talking about it for months now, and I'm ready to do it. I just need to take like 3 hours out of my life and do it. And even if 8 people watch, I don't really care. I want to just do it. I think it'll be fun, and I'll enjoy it. And also, more than 8 people will watch. It'll be fun. You guys will. The way that I'm gonna cast it will be fun for you, even if you don't know magic. I mean, maybe if you hate games, I hate fun. Well, if you hate games and fun, then it's not for you. I can't make you do anything. You don't want to watch? Don't watch. I'm not your dad. I can't make you do anything. That's right. Don't forget it. All right, relax over there. All right, fucking Goldilocks over there, getting all upset. Apparently, you're Goldilocks today. Who knew? 2014, you started the year as Goldilocks. Sure. All right, J. Carver, time to wrap the fucking video up, I think. All right. I can't disagree with that. Or maybe this is the best time. Maybe this is when the video should continue and never end. Who knows? All right. Well, it looks like we got ourselves a hands poker here. Let's do a lean back. We haven't done a lean back in a long time. If these people will actually get to a river card. Oh, yeah. Let's do a big lean back. Huge lean back here. So control, delete, check calls. Interesting river card. Snap fold. Snap fold. I do not like the king of clubs. All right. Apparently, control, delete is a Russian czar. Apparently. Fold, I guess. God, it hurts me so much. 2-3 in a row. 2 cards in a row. And of the same shape. We're gonna get punished here so badly. It's going to go raise, call, call. Oh, my God. Don't do it to me. Don't do it to me. All right. That's fine. I don't think we're going to win this pot. I'm just saying. It doesn't seem like that's going to be a good one for us. Crud just trying to get it done. $6. What are you going to do about it? Call? I don't care. 7. Bet. $12. Now what? Control, delete. Ooh, raise. All right, Crud's like, you got it. Play foiled. Sorry, kid. Maybe you should adjust your helmet a little bit. Maybe you're not seeing the cards right. All right, that's it for this video. Let's click sit out. Hop up the calculator. I guess we should also not move the camera up a little bit. All right, so what happened today? We started today with $200 and we won $225 and 37 minus the 99 cents we owed for our Big Mac yesterday, which we lost in yesterday's session, and we add that to our 18, 40, and 32, $2,064.70. Guess that's right. We started with less, and we ended with more. The run-it-up core principle has been fulfilled. What more can you ask for than that? If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget, like the video. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. Don't forget, facebook.com/jcarverpoker. It's the hub of all things run-it-up. We do poker labs and all sorts of things. I'll accept you. We can be internet friends. How cool is that? Start the new year off right. Internet friends with J. Carver. I'm just saying. It's a thing that could happen if you're on it too. I'm just saying. Anyway, thanks so much for watching as always, guys. I really do appreciate it. Back for more very soon, and not just back for more very soon, but there'll be tons of stuff coming this entire year. I'm really excited for 2014. I want to also just say really quick that I posted on Facebook a end-of-year recap kind of thing last week, but in case you didn't see that, I really do want to express my gratitude to you guys for allowing me to do as many things as I've got to do in the last 6 months. almost everything that's happened with the UFC and Ultimate Poker and the opportunities that have come from and with that have all pretty much stemmed from Run It Up and your support of me with these videos and all the other videos that I've done over the course of my career. And I really love casting and making videos for you guys, and it's something that I've really found a passion for that I never knew I had before 2013, and I'm really excited to see what happens in 2014 and beyond, and I can't wait to share that journey with you guys. It's going to be a fun ride. That's all I can promise. I don't know how it's going to happen or what's going to happen or how it's going to go or any other English sentence, but I am very excited to share that ride with all you Run It Up warriors out there. Legion. That's right. All right. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Peace.